If you don't have a good accountant, it's time to break up with your accountant. So we just picked up a new client in the form work industry. One of the first questions we asked is, what happened with your previous arrangement with your accountant? Were you happy? Were you not happy? What were the issues that you had? The client came back to me and actually just said, look mate, he was a great accountant, but the unfortunate thing about him was that it was just too hard to get a hold of him. Like, he would never return phone calls, he would never respond to emails. As a result of that, the client came to me and he wanted someone to be more personable. And I think that's true. You need an accountant that will treat your business like his own and has your best interests at his heart. I think personally, breaking up with your accountant or leaving your accountant is actually kind of like a breaking up with your girlfriend. It's stressful, it's hard to make that decision, you don't know what's gonna happen next. So with breaking up with your boyfriend or girlfriend, you need to actually plan and do this breakup the best way possible. So the first step in breaking up with your accountant is look at all the information you currently have and find as much information and all the tax returns, all the financials reports that you have with your accountant. Go through your filing system, go through your emails, speak to the admin team from your accountant and grab all that information. So the next step is looking over the agreement you have with your previous accountant. So he or she would have had some sort of engagement letter, some sort of agreement in place, and they would have the terms and conditions. So it's always a good idea to look at that and look through what type of services have they provided, what type of services have they not provided, how much have you paid up to date and how much was left over to be paid, and also look at the repercussions of terminating this contract or this agreement with them. Third step on this is shop around now. This is the most important part now. So it's actually finding an accountant that you think you can trust, you can tell basically all your secrets about, you can go through your income and expenses of your business. You need a partner or accountant that you can pretty much work with for the rest of your life. So go around, get second opinions, speak to a few of them, and then just work out one that you know that will give you the service that you need, but also someone that you can trust. So now that you found the accountant that you want to work with, the next step is to actually speak to your previous accountant and see if you can rectify those problems. Most of the time, you can actually work out those issues and your previous accountant will become an accountant that you can trust again. I think that's the best approach, is because you've been working with this accountant for a very long time and they know your ins and outs of your business. So it's always best to just keep that relationship going with your previous accountant. But if it's just not working out, and if you don't want to work with them anymore, it may be a good idea just to let them know about that situation and just give them the heads up. Once you've given the heads up, the next step is to engage with the new accountant that you trust, sign an agreement with them or get the ball rolling and get them to start collecting information from your previous accountant. They would send normally an ethical clearance letter. This letter will just basically state like that they're going to be taking over. That way it will be a very smooth transition. So if you have any problems of collecting that information, the next step is actually speaking to your new accountant. And if your new accountant still is also having issues with that, the next step is maybe even speaking to the tax practitioner board or a related association, which could be the Chartered Accounting Practice, could be the CPA as well. It just depends on which accounting association they are with. So they're basically the main ways of doing this, and as long as you follow those rules and those steps, it's far more smoother than what you think it would be.